good, Patch Propellers? So I was thinking, man. I saw this quote by Warren Buffett. It was a couple sayings, so to speak, and it was some advice for young people. But when I saw it, I just thought like I wouldn't even say it's advice for young people. I would say it's advice for anybody, and it's advice concerning ourselves. And what it said is, you should pay yourself before you pay anyone else. And the second one was break old habits or break bad habits early. And I start with the first one, that it's so important to invest in yourself before you can invest in anyone else. And we live in a time that there's like unlimited information out there, depending on what it is that you want to get into, whatever your passions are, whatever your desires are. There is a plethora of information out there that if you really have some go about you and you really have a desire to impact and move or whatever it is you want to do, there's so much information out here, man. I mean, you could drown yourself in information. There's so much out here. And I would challenge you to dive into the abyss of the information that's out here. And because it's the thing, we could live our lives wanting to please others or live our lives to the expectations that others have of us. But if we're not truly happy with where we're going, with the path we're taking, we'll never feel freedom of life, right? We'll never have that as the scripture says, whom the Son sets free is free indeed. We'll always have that bondage on us. And that's a common bondage too. Like the bondage of living your life up to someone else's expectations. And it's unfair to you because if you're like me, like I don't have expectations of anyone but myself. Like I don't have expectations of anyone but me. And I'm also a believer in being a creator and not a competitor. And my boy Soul Immortal, man, he said something about that. He made a video about being a creator and not a competitor. And it makes sense because if I create versus compete, then I'm making my own lane. But the moment that I compete is the moment that I choose to partake in something that's already been created. I'm just trying to be the best at something that belongs to someone else. Like blazing your own trail is what a creator does. When you create, you don't have competition because you're the one that made that lane. There's only one of you. And I'll even take it a step further. If we talk about the characteristics of God, and if we're to be walking in his image and his likeness, what's the first characteristic trait that God displayed that we know of? He created. You are a creator. And the moment that we indwell and dwell and dwellish in that is the moment we walk in a power that is unparalleled. So that's that. And the second was kicking bad habits early. Because as you get older, bad habits become worse. And all lessons learned don't have to be learned the hard way. Even more reason is because of the information that's out here. A lot of people had to live and experience the remnants of past failures that you don't have to because they did. And they've shared their stories. So if you know you got a bad habit that you know you need to shake, whatever it is, and you feel as if in your conscience that it's holding you back, like you just know that it's holding you back from progressing to being the best version of you, I would challenge you to try to kick that. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to leave y'all with that on this Monday, man. Invest in you. Cherish everything that you have in you. Cherish all the seeds that have already been sown. Now it's time to water them things. and kick the bad habits that you know bad. I ain't trying to convict you. I just want you to be prosperous out here. Cause I'm making my way to try to be prosperous out here, man. Every day. You know, edifying myself. If you can't edify you, you can't edify anybody else. You could walk out into the world thinking that you're about to edify, uplift. Where are you drawing from? I can't bring you water if I ain't drawing from a well. How I'ma bring you water? How can I refresh you if I'm not refreshed? Right? With that being said though, I want y'all to propel in y'all passions, man. And be creators out here in this week to come, in this week ahead. Be bountiful out here. Be blessed. Easy.